everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to tell you all about Hearts for Hearts dolls. These dolls were first released in 2011 and some of them are still available today. So what I want to tell you is kind of the timeline of when the dolls were released, each doll's name and where they're from, and then at the end I'll tell you how you can get them now. Now, my story with Hearts for Hearts, I just want to tell you guys a little side story. That when my husband and I first got married and he got his first job here in the States, we would go every Friday night after he got paid and we would go have dinner and he would take me to Target to buy me another Hearts for Hearts doll when they came out in 2011. And so that is how my love for these dolls started. My friend Diana of Matilda Pink, she actually turned me on to these dolls because she had seen them in Target and she reached out to me and she said, you know, have you seen these dolls, Allison? They're so beautiful. Totally agree. We have the same collecting style, and so that's what made me want to get them as well. So enough about me, let's talk about the dolls now. The first doll that is here, this is Naji, and she is from India. She was released in the original 2011 release. Then we have Lillian from Belarus. Then we have Consuelo from Mexico. Then we have Rahel from Ethiopia. We have Tippy from Laos. And we have Dell from Tennessee in the United States. And so each girl had a story about where she was from. And, you know, they're multicultural dolls, and they also donated money to an organization for girls around the world. And so I thought that was really cool. And I also felt like the price point of these dolls at the time was, I believe it was $39.99. It might have been $32.99. But for the details that they have in their costumes, for the amount of research that went into making sure their costumes were authentic, to making the face molds, these dolls have, and I'm just going to show you here, they have the most beautifully sculpted faces. For a doll of this price point, if you look at the faces are so beautiful. The hair is a really nice quality. A lot of dolls like this that are, you know, playline dolls, the hair is not a great quality. But these dolls have really nice quality hair. Their accessories are great quality. They're just a very beautifully sculpted doll. Now, they're made out of a harder vinyl and they're actually sort of strung together. If you can see, I'll pull her arm to the side so you can see that they are strung dolls. So very, very high quality dolls, very beautiful, and I absolutely adored them. And you can see I collected them all. Now, one downside about these dolls from the original release is they have the dreaded pink eye. And so what happens is, and you can start to see it a little bit on this eye of my Lillian, is that some of them, their eyes turn pink. Now, there have been other dolls from the past that do this, notably Hemstedt dolls. Some of their eyes turn pink. Lee Middleton had a run of dolls that eyes turn pink. Mine haven't turned as pink as some that I've seen. So when I say that, anytime I see one of these dolls at a thrift store or a yard sale or at the flea market, I get them because they're such beautiful dolls and I clean them up. But a lot of them that I have gotten have had that pink eye. So that kind of helps you age the doll. If you get one of these and she's got pink eyes, she's probably from the original run of the Hearts for Hearts dolls. So that was 2011 when these were first released, and they were a hot commodity. They were kind of hard to get. You know, Target didn't always have stock. The only two places I knew of that had them were Target and Toys R Us. So then what happened next is in 2012 we got these two dolls. So this doll is Loris from New Orleans, and she had a Creole and Haitian background. And then we had Zelia from Brazil, and you can see she's got her little her little soccer jacket on, I like to say, because you know, they love soccer there. So I thought that was pretty cool about her. But you know, these dolls were exceptionally difficult to find. So when the first run came out, the first 6, they got hard to find, but these dolls were insanely difficult to find. you know, you just had to be at the store at the right time when stock was out. And that actually happened to me. I got to the store one day and they had them, and I grabbed them both because I needed them to complete my line. Now, Loris is still available today, so that's great. She's one of the ones that you can still purchase today, and she is very beautiful. I love her. I just wanted to show you guys the texture of her hair. She's got this gorgeous crimped hair, and she's just really, really a beautiful doll. And I love the colors too, because it's purple, you know, but you've got that kind of Mardi Gras, purple and green sort of colors there with her. So I really love this doll. She's super gorgeous. And these, like I said, were released in July of 2012. So then moving on. In July of 2013, we got Mosey, who is Navajo, Native American, and we got Shola from Afghanistan. So these two dolls, again, very difficult to find when they came out. They were, actually, Mosey had been announced back in 2012, and she didn't come out until 2013 where you could actually buy her. So these two dolls were in 2013. Very difficult to find, but very beautiful dolls, and I lucked up. I don't remember if I got these at Target or Toys R Us, but I remember finding them and just being elated to have them. And then lastly, in 2014, we got Naisha from Brooklyn, New York. And then we got Surjan, I'm not sure if it's pronounced Surjan or Sirhan, from Nepal. These two dolls came out in 2014. They are very hard to find, especially Sirhan from Nepal. I think she is the rarest of the Hearts for Hearts dolls, but here's how I got them. I didn't even realize they were coming out. So I just went into Toys R Us, as one does, you know, on a lunch break or something. I don't know. I probably was on lunch break, actually, from work. And I went to Toys R Us, and they had 4 dolls. They had 2 Naishas, and they had 2 Sirhans. And I called my friend Diana, and I said, oh my gosh, they have 2 of each. Do you want one? So I bought all 4. My friend Diana has the other 2. So, and she was the one that got me collecting these dolls. So I thought it was like so nice that I was able to help her get these 2 dolls for her collection. So they were released last from Playmates. They are no longer available to purchase today from what I have been able to find. Now, I say they were released from Playmates. All of these dolls were created, let's see, they weren't created, but they were manufactured and released by Playmates. But the idea was actually from another, I don't know if it's a person or an entity or a company or what. But anyway, for some reason, Playmates dropped this line, which I thought was crazy because these dolls are so beautiful. They are a little bit higher price point than some other Playline dolls that you might find at a Target or Toys R Us. Of course, there's no more Toys R Us, but they are a little bit higher price because, like I said, they were in the high 30s. They might have been $40. But the thing is, gosh, they're just so beautiful, y'all. They're so beautiful. But anyway, Playmates dropped them. But they did find another manufacturer create these dolls. So they opened production back up, and I believe they're in business for themselves now, and you can purchase the dolls on Amazon. So what I'm going to do for you guys is I will link below in the description. I will link the links to the dolls that are available so that you can buy them if you want to. And if you buy through my link, it does help support my channel, so I appreciate that. Now, an interesting side note about Hearts for Hearts dolls. The company Estrella in Brazil, which is a doll company, they released a set of 4 dolls in 2019 called Malmundo, which means My World. And those dolls were Malu from Sao Paulo, Akemi from Tokyo, Charlotte from Paris, and Lily from California. They're Hearts for Hearts dolls. They're the same mold, they're the same faces, they're the same style, same size. And what I know about Estrella as a toy company is that they do go the legit path and get the real licensing or what am I trying to say? The real permissions to make dolls. So I would be really interested to know the real story behind these 4 dolls. If what that kind of agreement is and if they plan to come out with more dolls. Now, I don't have any of those dolls. I do plan to get them at some point. Getting dolls from Brazil is difficult, but it's not impossible. I have a lot of Brazilian dolls in my collection. So I do plan at some point to get those 4 dolls to add to my Hearts for Hearts collection, because it's not complete anymore, right? Like right now, it was complete up until last year when Australia released those 4 dolls. So that's a really interesting point, and people sometimes, you know, might ask me, how do you know so much about dolls? Y'all, I spend an obscene amount of time on the internet Googling dolls. So that's how, and I Google them in all different languages. So that's actually how I came across these dolls. Now, another thing just to mention is that they did release a fashion packs. Now, there were not many of these. I got this one, which you can see I never opened, and I also had the Butterfly Dreams pajama set for Tippy, and it's somewhere here at the house. I'm not sure exactly where it's at, but they did release a limited number of fashion packs when the dolls first came out. So this came out around the same time as the run of the first 6. So hopefully that gives you a lot of information about Hearts for Hearts dolls. Again, I know I've said it multiple times, but they're beautifully sculpted faces. They're different sculpted faces. There's different sculpts. I don't know exactly how many there are. There's some, when I look at them, I can tell it's the same sculpt, but sometimes I can't. I'm really bad for pinpointing, especially with vinyl, when the hair, the eyes, the paint, all that's different. It's harder for me to pinpoint if the vinyl sculpt is the same. But these dolls they're so beautifully done. The clothing is beautiful. They can share clothes with little darlings if you're a little darling collector. They can share clothes with welly wishers if you're a welly wisher collector. So they're really gorgeous dolls, and they're the type of doll that shows you don't have to spend a fortune to be a doll collector and to have beautiful pieces of artwork in your collection, because these are beautiful dolls. So with that being said, let me know in the comments below if you have any Hearts for Hearts dolls. Let me know which one of these is your favorite, if you have a favorite. I don't know that I have a favorite. I think my first one was Consuelo. I'm pretty sure Consuelo was the first one that I picked out when my husband took me to Target and said, go ahead and get one of those dolls. And I was like, so anyway, I think she's probably my favorite. But, you know, it's hard to pick because they're all so gorgeous. So let me know what you think in the comments below. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will link all the dolls that you can purchase below. And if you want your own MPD shirt, I will also link that below, so you can grab one of those if you want it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.